Okay, so within the spirit of teaching beyond the white male canon of repertoire, we're going to look at Undine Smith Moore. Undine Smith Moore, female, also black. So, I'm not black. I'm a mixed little Asian, but so I might not get all of this right. I'm going to try my best. Okay, so I didn't know a lot about a lot of black composers until I was in Mississippi when I did my doctorate, and just because of my friends there and the culture there, that there was a whole lot more of black composers celebrated and their works performed. It was very much an effort within the school and within my peers and the faculty to just promote the works. So when you're looking, if you're looking for this, not necessarily just black composers, but any underrepresented group in the musical world, you kind of have to look, and it's worth your while, and it's very rewarding. For specifically Black American, this is the book. What is this? Anthology Art Songs by Black American Composers. This has a lot of good stuff in it. A lot of good stuff. This is not the only thing. This is just a jumping off point to look for. The song that we're going to listen to now, I'm sending you a PDF, but it is not in this book, but it's also one of my favorites. So how do you go for these? How do you look for stuff? So like, obviously you have these composers, so you look in these composers and you look up them individually, and then you listen to their songs, but you have to seek them out. Sometimes you can't find it. The introduction, and then there's always usually like essays like this and things like this. I'm not saying just specifically this book, but even when I was like looking for like Clara's work or Pauline Viardot's work, you pull out the bibliography, the essay in the front, because the people that put these books together are hoping that you use it as a jumping off point and a reference point to do more of their works. So a lot of these composers are still living, which is awesome. So if anybody wants to end up doing a dissertation, or you have a project on a living composer, these are people that you would be surprised at how accessible some of them are and willing to talk about their works. If you want additional composers to look up, you can message me, and then I will text my friend who, Undine Smith Moore is still alive? No, she can't be still alive. She was alive when this came out, but she was born in 1904. I mean, no, she's not alive. Undine Smith Moore, she wrote a bunch of stuff. Undine. And there's also classical singer, always says, no, it's not Nats, it's classical singer. No, it's the Nats. They always do like a spiritual, like just a strictly spiritual competition. So you have like regular Nats, but then you have an additional online thing. Not online, but I think it is actually. And then, yeah. Oh, she died in 1989. Okay, so this book is really old. Yeah, okay. So, but yeah, there's always extra scholarships to be found within that if you're looking for money. And again, this is one of those things that's still, it's just like women composers. It's a great place to find research ideas and to find new music and to do your own part in breaking the canon and making it your own. Because we don't just have to do Schubert. I love Schubert, but we don't have to do just white man music, okay? So yeah, let's see. Undine Smith Moore studied at Juilliard, Columbia, Eastman, honorary doctorate degree upon her retirement. She was the Black Music Center. She was the co-director of the Black Music Center at Virginia State College. So that's one of those things. You're like, oh, what is the Black Music Center at Virginia State College? And then you can also find more information there. The one that's in her is like Love Let the Wind Cry. Some of these are big sings. Not all of them. Not all of them are, but some of them are big sings. And yeah. So look at that. This is Come Down Angels. This is one of my favorites. You got a little color, Dora. Here you go, guys. I gave it to my student, well, Gina. She sings the crap out of it. Come down, angels, trouble the water. Come down, angels, trouble the water. Come down, angels, trouble the water. My God sends a coming. Oh, yes. Come down, angels, trouble the water. It repeats. I'm going to speed it up. My heavenly King, my God sends a coming. Oh, come down, angels, trouble the water. Does it again. This is Angela Brown singing. These are all A's. Come down, angels. That's the one. These are the A's. Nope. Don't know where I'm at. It is. And you get the high C. That's so much fun. I love that song. Yeah, so we know why women, just like white women, had a hard enough time getting into classical music, you know, but they were stuck in slavery and poverty in the South. So a lot of Black musicians in the South, in America, when they wanted, a lot of them had musical educations, but their musical educations were strictly so they could play Western art music, Western European art music for their owners. That makes me want to vomit saying that, but that's what it is. Owners, right? So that was their job on some of these plantations, was they were the musicians and they were trained and they played Chopin and they played all this stuff. This is in the South, trained in classical music, but then also they start putting in some of their own rhythms we get from the African diaspora, and then that means like all the people coming over, not on their own accord, right? But from their heritage and just like absorbing the sounds in their new life. And then that all gets mixed together with this high academic Western art music. And then we start getting jazz. That's what happens. That's it in a nutshell. It's much more complicated than that. Don't quote me in a paper on that. But that's basically what happened. You had people that could play Chopin, they start riffing on it, everything gets in the melting pot down in the South, and then we get jazz, and the world was never the same, and then we get La La Land. Yeah, so again, seek out new stuff. You don't have to do the music that people tell you have to do. You can find your own music. There's a lot of music out there.